everyone, it's your boy TVCR1D, and today we're diving into the world of agriculture. Now, I know what you're thinking. Farming? Isn't that like a ton of work? And doesn't it take forever to see any profit? Well, you're not wrong. Traditional farming can be incredibly demanding, both physically and financially. But what if I told you there are ways to break into the agricultural scene with minimal risk and the potential for serious returns? That's right, we're talking about low-risk agro-businesses that are perfect for new farmers or anyone looking to diversify their income streams. Starting an agro-business can seem daunting, especially for beginners. The key to success lies in choosing low-risk ventures with steady demand and manageable investment. Whether you're passionate about farming or simply seeking a sustainable income, these ideas will help you plant the seeds of success. Before we dive in, don't forget to subscribe to Global Fact Trends and give this article a like if you find it helpful. Leave a comment below with your favorite idea or any questions about starting your agro-business. Let's grow together. First up, we're talking flowers. Now, I know what you're thinking. Flowers, how much money can you really make selling flowers? Well, let me tell you, the floral industry is a multi-billion-dollar market. People love flowers. They're used for everything from weddings and funerals to corporate events and everyday decorations. The great thing about flower farming is that it's relatively low risk. You don't need a ton of land to get started. You can even grow certain varieties vertically to maximize your space. Plus, flowers have a relatively short harvest cycle, meaning you can start seeing a return on your investment fairly quickly. Now, I'm not talking about just growing your basic daisies and tulips here. To really maximize your profits, you want to focus on specialty blooms. Think orchids, roses, lilies, and unique varieties that are in high demand by florists and event planners. These specialty flowers command premium prices, especially if you can market them as locally grown and pesticide-free. Another great thing about flower farming is that you have multiple sales channels. You can sell directly to consumers at farmers markets or even set up an online shop. You can also establish relationships with local florists and event planners who are always looking for fresh, high-quality blooms. So, if you're looking for a low-risk agro-business with the potential for high rewards, flower farming is definitely worth considering. All right, moving on to our next low-risk agro-business idea, fish farming, also known as aquaculture. Now, I know what you're thinking. Fish farming, isn't that just for like massive corporations? Well, not anymore. Small-scale fish farming is becoming increasingly popular, and for good reason. The global demand for seafood is skyrocketing, and traditional fishing methods just can't keep up. This is where aquaculture comes in. Fish farming allows us to produce high-quality seafood in a controlled environment, reducing pressure on wild fish populations. Now, you're probably wondering, what kind of fish can you actually farm on a smaller scale? Well, some popular options include tilapia, catfish, and shrimp. These species are relatively easy to raise and have a high market demand. One of the great things about fish farming is that it can be done in a variety of systems, from tanks and ponds to recirculating systems that minimize water usage. This means you can start a fish farm even if you don't have a ton of space. And here's the best part. Fish farming provides consistent yields throughout the year. Unlike traditional farming, which is seasonal, you can harvest fish year-round, creating a steady stream of income. So if you're looking for a sustainable and profitable agro-business, fish farming is definitely worth diving into. Let's talk about a classic agro-business idea, poultry farming. Now, this one might seem a bit obvious, but don't underestimate the earning potential of raising chickens. We're talking eggs, we're talking meat, and we're talking about a business model that's been profitable for centuries. One of the reasons poultry farming is considered low risk is because, well, chickens are everywhere. They're relatively easy to care for, and there's a ton of information available on how to raise them successfully. Plus, the demand for eggs and chicken meat is incredibly consistent. Everyone's got to eat, right? Now, to really maximize your profits in the poultry game, you want to consider specializing. Free-range and organic poultry are in high demand right now as consumers are becoming more conscious about where their food comes from. And don't forget about the side hustles. You can sell chicken manure as fertilizer, and if you're feeling really ambitious, you can even get into the business of hatching and selling chicks. Poultry farming is a great option for both small-scale and larger operations. You can start small with a backyard flock and scale up as you gain experience and demand grows. Chapter 4. All right, let's get a little funky and talk about mushroom farming. Now, this one might not be the first thing that comes to mind when you think about agriculture, but trust me on this one. Mushroom farming is a rapidly growing industry with huge potential for profit. What's so great about mushrooms? Well, for starters, they're incredibly versatile. They can be used in countless dishes, from pizzas and pastas to soups and stir-fries. Plus, mushrooms are packed with nutrients and are a great source of protein for vegetarians and vegans. Now, I'm not talking about just growing your basic button mushrooms here. To really maximize your profits, you want to focus on gourmet varieties like oyster mushrooms, shiitake mushrooms, and even medicinal mushrooms like lion's mane. These specialty mushrooms command premium prices, especially if you can market them to high-end restaurants and health food stores. One of the best things about mushroom farming is that it requires minimal space. You can grow mushrooms indoors in a controlled environment, which means you can start a mushroom farm pretty much anywhere. You don't need acres of land or even a backyard to get started. Plus, mushrooms have a relatively short growth cycle, and their production doesn't depend on unpredictable weather conditions. This makes mushroom farming a relatively low-risk agro-business with the potential for high returns. Chapter 5. From Garden to Gold. Profiting from Organic Vegetables. Let's talk about a classic agro-business idea that's more relevant than ever: organic vegetable gardening. Now, this one might seem pretty straightforward, but there's a lot more to it than just planting some seeds and hoping for the best. The organic food market is booming. Consumers are becoming increasingly aware of the harmful effects of pesticides and herbicides, and they're willing to pay a premium for produce that's grown naturally. One of the great things about starting an organic vegetable garden is that you don't need a ton of space to get started. You can start small with a backyard garden or even a few raised beds. As demand grows, you can always expand your operation. Another advantage of organic vegetable gardening is that you can sell directly to consumers at farmers markets, through community-supported agriculture programs, or even to local restaurants. This allows you to cut out the middleman and maximize your profits. Plus, vegetables have a relatively short harvest cycle, meaning you can generate income multiple times throughout the year. And because you're selling directly to consumers, you have more control over your pricing. Chapter 6. Becoming an Entrepreneur, the buzz on honey production. All right, let's talk about a sweet and sustainable agro-business idea: beekeeping for honey production. Now, I know what you're thinking. Bees? Aren't they dangerous? Well, with the right knowledge and precautions, beekeeping can be a safe and incredibly rewarding endeavor. Honey is a natural sweetener that's in high demand. It's delicious, it's versatile, and it has a long shelf life. Plus, there's a growing market for other bee products like beeswax, propolis, and royal jelly, which are used in everything from candles and cosmetics to natural remedies. One of the great things about beekeeping is that bees are relatively low maintenance. They take care of themselves for the most part, and they actually do a lot of good for the environment by pollinating plants. With the decline of bee populations in recent years, there's a greater need than ever for beekeepers. This means there's a lot of support available for new beekeepers, from local beekeeping associations to online resources. And here's the best part: honey is a premium product that commands a high price. You can sell your honey directly to consumers at farmers markets, online, or even to local stores and restaurants. Chapter 7. Herb your enthusiasm. Cultivating culinary and medicinal herbs. Herb farming is a small-scale, high-yield agro-business perfect for beginners. Culinary, medicinal, and aromatic herbs are in high demand. Herbs are versatile, used in cooking, teas, and remedies. With farm-to-table dining and natural wellness trends, demand is high. Herb farming requires minimal space and can be done in containers or indoors. Many herbs are perennial, making them low maintenance and profitable. Sell fresh-cut, dried, or live herb plants to various markets. So there you have it, 7 low-risk agro-business ideas that are perfect for new farmers or anyone looking to diversify their income streams. As you can see, you don't need a ton of land or experience to get started in the world of agriculture. With a little creativity, determination, and a passion for growing things, you can turn your farming dreams into a reality. Starting a low-risk agro-business doesn't require vast land or years of experience, just a bit of creativity and determination. These ideas are beginner-friendly, profitable, and scalable, giving you the perfect opportunity to grow your farming dreams. Which of these ideas excites you the most? Let us know in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe to Global Fact Trends for more innovative business ideas. Stay tuned for our next article, How to Turn Your Small Farm into a Sustainable Business. You won't want to miss it.